Hey, everybody! From Go Labs, YouTube and Facebook pages. We're back with another night of the Nebulous project. We're gonna do short form. We're gonna do some mid form. We're gonna do some all form, and we will have. This is our cast for the evening, with a possible exception of a surprise guest who might be running a little bit late, but we won't spoil it. But to get it started, I did it right in the first try. That's Natalie.
And that's Chris Moody.
And down there, that's Doug.
And over there on New Year's Eve is Julia.
Happy New Year! Wow, 2012 is going to be a huge year, everybody. And we're so excited to do some improv for you. That's Pete.
Your bit was so bad it made Doug leave.
I know. That's why he never lets me choose the bit for showdowns. As if I still do them. As if I ever did them.
Whoa. So we're gonna start off with what we have been lately using as our opening game, which is Speech of Ice and Fire. Let's see. Oh, Kurt, he's already loving us.
Kurt. I was hoping you'd say it, even though we only have 5 people.
Yeah. He was waiting at exactly when we started live.
So how Speech of Ice and Fire works, in a second, on this blank piece of paper, I am going to write a word, and then we are going to give the floor to one of our 4 improvisers. And they are going to be delivering the preamble of a TED Talk to you. And as a group, they're going to try to figure out what the word is that I've written down. And to help them along, where'd they go? If they're on the right track, you'll see the fire overlay. If they're nowhere near the right track, they'll get the ice overlay. If they're right there, smack in the middle, they're going to get the both. And if I honestly don't know how to answer their question, we're going to hit them with this completely unhelpful mega question mark. So that is how we're going to do that. If you guys could, you'd think, having been playing this game for the past however many weeks, I would have thought of a good word by now. But it's just occurring to me right now that I should think of a word, not even during the intro. So cover your eyes while I quickly try to think.
Make it a tough one.
Phrase. Okay, let's go.
Wait, don't tell us what it is.
No, it's a telephone. No, okay. Let me make me the big screen so that everybody can see it. You can see that no one is looking. This is our phrase. I will give you guys a hint. It is, in fact, 2 words. And this week, I know how to spell it.
Oh.
You guys can open your eyes. The audience has seen what the word is. And we will start with Natalie. This is Speech of Ice and Fire, and go.
So I can think of such fond memories when I was a child. My kiddo friends and I would hang out in the backyard schoolyard and just talk about this specific, pastime item that we love to pass around. And apparently it left us in our childhood. And then eventually we had to grow up and get jobs. And in order to get those jobs, we had to go through some programs. It's not necessarily tangible all the time, but sometimes it is something physical you can hold.
Hold in your hand to show others. It's a small object that would fit in the size of my hand, that I would throw pieces of it together as they come together in one large object. So it's a large object that may sit in your living room, or possibly your kitchen, or somewhere that it draws attention to the beauty of this particular object, because it's pretty amazing stuff.
It's so amazing that you probably would see it more likely in a public venue. This is something you would come across maybe in a church, or if it was a weird church, but not a normal church, or like a shopping mall type area. But only on a day when it was like passing through the mall for other reasons. It's you could even be in the playground with your kids and see something similar to this item. You would see there. They have a lot of big things there. A jungle gym, for example, is something you would see in a playground.
Jungle gym, you'd see in a playground, and among other things, monkey bars, teeter totters, things like that create joy for young kids, like this thing that we are talking about today does. So many kids need to be happy these days that this thing really was created for that purpose. And they can climb on it, and they can look at it too, and also they can shout down to their parents and say, I'm scared of heights. Why'd you make me come up here, mom and dad, or whoever their parents are? Maybe a non-traditional family.
And what non-traditional families and traditional families and every family in between really like to do is just be outdoors. Kids can play and apparently not just climb and ride, and maybe it's big enough for them to hold in their arms, not just the hand, but arms. You wouldn't necessarily wear it, but that's just too absurd these days. But really, you would just want to be able to share it. It's something you do as a group, not really as by yourself.
Because you want others to enjoy it with you. Because children are our future, and it's all about them to make sure that they know what's going on and what's so special for them. Because most important is we need to make our children happy. And when we make our children happy, they make us happy.
So I think about when I was a kid, what kind of things made me happy. Things that I could do with my arms, like a big bear hug, all my friends, or magic cards. Not that I was rich enough to afford magic cards, but I had friends that I could look at their. Now, friendship is a big concept
that we like to talk about, and today it's it's echoey, certainly. But we're not going to let that stop us talking about this joyful thing that we get to see with our families and our children. Things like inside of a rec center or inside of a gymnasium that this thing would be. No, it is indoor though. This thing that we are talking about. And again, it can be climbed on like a rope ladder even. And rope ladder to success is what we want our kids to be doing. Going to college. Everyone's got to go to college.
And other things we want our children to be doing indoors, such as climbing and holding each other and bringing joy, is just building something. It's almost like sports, like a little playground in your head, but it's also in your home. It's something, don't make it too complicated about that, because our kids like to play with things and constructing, and it's soft and hard, the chairs and the pillows and just like regular household items.
It's household items that are in the house, because I have a good feeling that there are some children that may have received this item at Christmas time. Very good chance. Probably one of the top things on their wish list for this past Christmas. That I know. But I'm sure that's probably what a lot of kids wanted for this Christmas, and they got it. Because you know why they
got it? They got it because they were good. In fact, one thing I think that Pete's daughter actually got a Nintendo Switch. I saw it in a picture.
She did.
Um,
She did.
Yeah, thank you for confirming. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about something larger than a Nintendo Switch. You know, something you play with outside, actually, or inside, like an indoor-outdoor toy, such as one of those ball things that has the head of a horse, and you sit on it and kind of bounce around town. You know, that's a possibility, but not what we're talking about here.
Talking about here. And definitely it is still echoey so much so that you guys who are still here are the true fans. And what I would love to say to my true fans are, get your kid one of these things. It's going to make them so happy. It's going to make them love you forever because they get to not only climb on top of it, but it also is sort of like a way for them to share with friends some ideas. It's to share with ideas and also potentially hiding spots for when they get older, they can make out. Okay, no. So it's not that. All right, it's definitely not that. Okay, cool. But it is expensive. It's so expensive.
Almost so expensive, like how much it would be worth for a giant, soft, plushable teddy bear type thing. But I mean, like the thing that we're talking about is something that like a kid can share their imagination with, and also write stories about with their friends. And their friends would have two hands, one for each word, and be able to smash them together. It's almost like a ton of Legos. You know, you can build so many things with Legos, and then like little towers or little playthings, and it can be really as big as you want it to be. Even you can make them as adults.
Because nothing says adulthood like Legos and playing with them and doing things with your kids. And sometimes at a certain point, we'll get like helpful hints to tell us if we're on the right track. Like, are we doing well? Is it?
Okay, freeze. You guys are doing great. I did not realize how complicated this phrase was going to be. Because yes, it could be built with Legos. I'm trying to figure out a way to narrow it down.
But it'll be a model size if we built it with Legos.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Sure.
Right.
Let's go back to Moody and see if he's got any ideas.
You can build so many things with Legos, like chairs and tables, and just so. Getting back to what I was really saying with adulthood.
As an adult who builds Legos all the time, I know that there are lots of things that you can build with Legos, such as a tree house, or a some kind of a tower. I would say, like the Sears Tower is something you could build, or Legos are a type of building blocks that when all put together to one thing, the best thing to build is the Eiffel Tower. But I digress. We're not talking about France here. We're talking about childhood items such as a swing set.
Is a potential childhood item, and you think about the tower thing. You think about like a lookout tower. What that does for a kid, it allows them to look out over other potential things that they can climb on top of. Things like a Tower of Pisa, Leaning Tower of Pisa. We're not talking about Italy, though. We're certainly not. We're talking about things that can be in a play structure, though. Certainly, and. Okay. It could be inside or outside. It's a lot of them are at a school. Is what we're talking about. No. Schools.
I mean, schools are sometimes overrated, but sometimes exactly what you need. But I remember a lot of times in school, I was just thinking about what's out there in the universe, almost kind of like a Star Wars type of thing. You can build all your types of own spaceships, and who knows if there's actual towers.
I figured out a slight way to narrow it down. This thing it's been around for a long time.
Okay.
A couple 100 years. Okay, let's try that.
Wow. So a couple 100 years. Plastic, I'm pretty sure plastic didn't last that long. But I think about like the pyramids, or like, I don't know, maybe not quite Egypt, maybe not quite Europe or anything like that. But you can make some Lego ships and sail around in your living room.
Oh.
You can sail around the 7 seas with a pirate ship if you wanted to. But that's, we're not talking about that. We're talking about let's talk about things that have been around for a couple 100 years, because that you may think that narrows it down, but there's actually a lot of things that have been around such as a tree. A tree could be a few 100 years old, or so could the idea.
It's been around for a couple 100 years, but you could also build it currently out of Legos, like a tree.
Okay. So as I view Legos as an object that can build literally anything, I would say that if I could build one thing right now, the number one thing I would build would be Big Ben, the clock from England. But again, I digress. I can't help it.
Digressing down even further, hundreds of years could be something. This country, for example, we have some of these items in our country right now. They could be colonial. It's a couple 100 years. Medieval, probably not. We didn't have many medieval time. Oh, I think I'm delayed because I keep getting information. So medieval, I'm going to go with medieval. Okay, good. Medieval. So not necessarily United States. We're talking overseas in, let's say, Scotland or Europe, where these things existed, like castles of some sort. Yeah. They love castles.
Dogs love them, kids love them, everybody loves castles. So when you think about a castle, you think about the tower, like the Rapunzel's tower or whatever, like the window, like a castle window, like a moat even. No, we don't like moats. You shouldn't have them. The Tower of London is sort of a castle even. Castle walls.
Castles are made of bricks, and I gotta say, castle seems to be a good seems to be what I'm thinking about is castles, specifically a watchtower in a castle, or like a prison tower.
And every prison tower originated from some sort of medieval castle, because they were wretched back then. And maybe we're thinking about a specific castle, like the Disney castle or some other castle, princess castles. Honestly, yes! Oh, it was a princess castle.
Wow! Princess castle. Wow!
Out of nowhere, Natalie. Nice.
Man, how many more times could we say castle?
Like early on, Natalie was like, I played with this when I was a kid. I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to assume. And then you could build it with Legos, and you could hold it in your hand, but also it could be on a playground because Princess Castle. So I really didn't think that it was going to be as complicated a topic. So I apologize.
That was great.
Yeah.
I had to refresh because my lag was like at least 5 seconds. So
Okay.
we're being like, I was getting ice for things that were I thought were online, but as soon as I came back, we got it.
Yeah,
Great
that's all
job.
we needed.
That was it.
We just needed
Yeah.
you to leave, Moody.
Yeah, I think your dogs gave us a big clue.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it channeled my pups.
Yeah.
Medieval.
Medieval.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Kurt.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on, we're gonna do a couple of short form games. So we're gonna start off. Let's go with Natalie and Doug. So we'll say goodbye to Juliet and we'll say goodbye to Moody. You guys are gonna be playing. What did I decide you guys are gonna play? Confessional. You're gonna play confessional. So you guys will begin a scene. Oh my goodness! For those of you watching, why didn't I type this in earlier? Help us out and give us suggestions of objects or locations. Thanks, Bev. So we're going to take Bev's suggestion because it's the first thing that popped up. Thank you so much. You guys are going to begin a scene based off this suggestion. At any point, I will drag one of you into the solo frame, just like that. And in that moment, you will deliver your character's confessional as if this were, in fact, a reality TV show. And let's combine some suggestions because why not? You guys are going to be at the train gas station.
Mhm.
That's a thing, right? Gas station for trains. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you, Bev. Keep those suggestions coming, guys, because I can't believe I forgot to ask for those early on. So that's your suggestion. The game is confessional and go.
All right. Hey, look, don't make me look bad here, okay? I got you this job, all right? Don't let anybody know you're my niece. Don't let anybody know that you've never fueled up a train before, okay?
Oh, Uncle Jimmy, you're my favorite uncle. You didn't have to get me this job. But treat me like everyone else, okay?
Well, I did have to get you this job because I owe your dad a lot of money, and if this works out well, he's gonna absolve my debt, okay? So just keep your head down, fuel the trains, nobody gets hurt, okay?
But what do I get to see the train yard with all like the dead graveyard trains? That's all I really wanted.
So this kid has some kind of obsession with dead trains. I don't know if she's under the impression that trains are ever alive. They're non-living creatures. But I guess we'll see. Yeah, there's not like a graveyard for dead trains. None of the trains have a pulse. They're just machines, you know?
Whoa, you mean trains are like immortal? They live forever?
Well, I guess half of that statement is true. They are immortal, but it's because they're not mortal, you know, because they don't live at all.
Wow. Wow, man. I mean, I'm so glad that I got this job. I mean, all I really want to know is if my true soul train is out there. You know what I mean? I feel like I hear a whistle out in the distance calling me.
Yeah, so they're like big cars. They're like long cars that you drive, you know?
Right. Ride my dreams out. Support me. Take trips together. Grow old. Well, I guess it doesn't grow old. I'll just grow old. Oh man, I didn't realize this job came up with so many things all at once.
Look, what you're saying is technically true. I guess if you went on a long train trip, the train would be going with you, but you just got to understand that the train doesn't think, you know, maybe the train's more like her than I expected, you know, because the train doesn't think and she doesn't think. You know, you've always been kind of a rube. You know what I'm saying?
A Rube. It kind of sounds like I'm a Rubik's cube. You're funny, Gramps. I mean, Uncle. Oh
Well,
God. I mean, I feel like Uncle Jimmy doesn't really quite understand me, but I still appreciate everything he's trying to do, even though he thinks that I'm kind of a big square.
you know, comparing a rube to a Rubik's cube is another misconception that you have up there because a Rubik's cube takes intelligence and a rube is actually just like a kind of a moron. You know what I mean?
A moron? That's my favorite color. Mommy, I used to. Wait, you want my father?
I am not. I am your uncle, and maroon. Maroon is the color you're thinking of. You know. Did,
You make up such funny words there.
I didn't. All right. I'm second guessing this day. This has been the worst day at work that I've ever had, and I blame myself.
You blame yourself?
I
Oh,
blame
well,
myself. I should have known that you didn't have the mental capacity to take on a job such as this.
wow. I guess I probably should have told you that I pulled this lever. I, I,
Hey,
I
don't
guess,
pull any levers that you don't know what they're supposed to do. Okay, you could cause a catastrophe here.
honestly, I thought it was just a gateway. A gateway to move up, to get closer. Maybe this was all just a mistake. Maybe maybe you know what? Maybe I'm not meant to be around trains and tracks
Yeah,
and
I don't.
anything that goes anywhere.
I hate to say it, kid, but you're one of those kind of people that I think needs to be staying still for most of your life.
Yeah.
Oof.
You're a moron. Oh, that's my favorite color. That was awesome job. Awesome job. All right. So let's go. So Moody and Julia, you're going to be in our next game. So we'll say goodbye to Natalie and we'll say goodbye to Doug. You guys are going to be playing Philip Seymour Hoffman. Whoa. We're going to use a suggestion. You guys are going to start a scene with big, bold characters. Anytime I swap the screens like that, you will take over the other person's character, continuing the same scene seamlessly. We won't even realize that you guys have swapped screens because you are such brilliant actors.
A lot of people say we do look exactly alike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've said that to the two of you many, many times.
Yeah.
So that's the game. We're gonna use Bev's suggestion of sunglasses. Sunglasses is your suggestion for this. This is Philip Seymour Hoffman, and go.
Damn it! Damn it! I forgot my sunglasses again. I said I didn't want to leave the house until I got my sunglasses in my hands.
Well, there's nothing I can do about that. I gotta write you this ticket anyhow.
But I couldn't see, officer. It was reflecting right off the car.
That's what they all say. Did the sunglasses prevent you from going under 25 miles per hour in a school district?
Well, I couldn't see the odometer. I just kept driving and I didn't have my glasses. Please let me off with a warning.
We'll see about that. License and registration, please.
I can't.
Fine, Dom. I don't have my sunglasses, officer.
Just open your damn eyes and just reach inside your glove compartment.
Oh, I guess it's a little better. Okay, let me feel around for my glove compartment. Well, I hope these papers are it.
These are Wendy's
receipts. Get this out of my face.
I eat it all the time.
Let me ask you one question here.
Crispy
What's the reason you
sandwich.
keep your Wendy's receipts, huh?
Yeah, it's very important because, when I do taxes at the end of the year, some of the meals is for business and some of the meals is for work. So I have to separate them.
All right. Hang on a second. Let me take a look at what these receipts say. I just dropped them one moment here. Huh.
Crispy chicken sandwich.
Okay, that checks out. It's my favorite meal.
I know I've understood you several times now. What is this Frosty?
I always get the chocolate Frosty with my chicken sandwich. It's so good together. If you've never tried it, you have to.
It
And keep
checks out.
going down the list. Check out what size fries I get.
Let me get another one.
Okay. And you go ahead and you get them with a medium-sized fry then, huh?
That's right, because a small is too small and a large is too large.
Okay, that checks out then. Yeah. Okay.
So are you
Well,
gonna let me off with a warning?
I got one last question for you before I let you.
Go. What did you have for?
Get an easy one.
Okay, I'm gonna make it even more amazing.
I said easy, but keep going.
And
Tell then when we were switching?
What's that?
Could you guys tell when we were switching?
Honest to God, the only reason I knew you guys were switching was because I was controlling it. Other than that,
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I know. Okay.
I was gonna put my earbuds in to make it even more realistic, but
I think the way you could tell is that there's spit all over my computer and probably not over Moody's. That's
Who
some
knows?
people out there.
That doesn't help anybody out
Nope.
there. All right. So now we are going to transition into some mid form. I believe I jokingly called this game "Slake Me Up Before You Go Bell Go," because it is a mix of a slacker and "Wake Me Up Before You Go Bell Go" and other stuff. So how it works is you're going to be seeing a whole series of two-person scenes. Anytime a character gets dropped out and a new actor enters, if the new actor continues talks to the character, they are taking that same character to a different location. If the new actor initiates the scene by going "Wake up," they are starting a whole new story with brand new characters. So that's how this is going to work. And last week we asked for opening and closing line of dialogue. We haven't gotten any yet. So I'm going to take April's suggestion of a bird sculpture. That is just going to be the blanket suggestion. We're not going to do first line, last line. Bird sculpture is the inspiration for all of the scenes that you're about to see.
Cool.
And let's start with Julia and Natalie. Let's make it some lady time, right?
Hey, ladies, when your man gonna get buck wild, just go ahead and hit him.
Anyways, bird sculpture is your suggestion. This is Slake Me Up Before You Go, they'll go. And
Gorgeous.
I don't think they're responding to the chicken legs like they did last time.
Well, you just got to be patient now. You just got to be patient. They'll eat when they're hungry now, and they come back to this place over and over again. You just wait and you watch. Every lunch break, I come here and I feed the birds. I'm just lucky that I've got some company myself this time.
Yeah. Thanks for inviting me there. I was starting to think that maybe you didn't quite like me around as much as you do now.
Oh, that's not it. It just takes me some time to get warmed up to some folks. You know what I'm talking about? I wasn't really even friends. I wasn't even really friends with Jeffrey until 3 years into knowing each other and working together. And now look at us. We're friggin' married.
You don't say. I didn't realize it took you two that long to be just friends.
Well, that's exactly right. It like I said, it takes me some time. But a good way into my heart is feeding these gorgeous, gorgeous pigeons. You know, they're one of the most regal animals we have here on Earth.
Oh, that's so. Well, if you say that these pigeons, these birds, they come back and back and back, and it took you some time, man, You must have been just a little doll when you started trying to feed these birds.
I was quite young, and I.
Honey, come over here and I'll teach you how to feed the birds. Come to Grandpa's side.
Grandpa, do you think the birds will be friends with me?
Well, they will. If you're kind to the birds, they will be kind to you as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, did I ever tell you the story of why I started to feed birds in the first place?
No. All I've ever known is you feeding birds. I guess I've never even thought about how you started.
Well, have you seen the movie Mary Poppins before? Have
It's
you seen
one of
that?
my favorites, Grandpa.
Yes,
Feed the birds.
yes, during the
Oh,
feed
wow.
during the feed the birds song is when I first saw your grandmother from across the crowded theater.
In the movie theater?
Yes, I saw her, and our first date was feeding the birds.
Grandpa, wasn't it dark in there? How'd you see her? What stood out?
Well, you
Oh, you're
see,
yelling.
no, it's okay. I need the yelling because I'm
Oh,
losing
yeah.
my hearing. Uh, what stood out was your grandmother had two amazing breasts, and at all times she shined a flashlight on them. Yes, and I could see that in the dark, crowded theater while we watched Mary Poppins because of the flashlight.
Stephen,
Yes, dear.
I don't want you talking about our granddaughter anymore.
Well, I'm proud of our granddaughter. Why
Don't-
can't I talk about her?
Just don't bring her up. She's greatly disappointed me, and you know why.
I know. I know that she didn't get into Princeton early admission at the age of 5, but most children don't do that. You have to understand.
I had her path just straightened out for her. All she had to do was apply.
You can't control a child. A child controls itself. It's like a self-driving airplane.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yes, no, think about it.
utters
It
such
does.
words.
Well, it does make sense because if an airplane was self-driving, it would control itself the way that a child controls its own destiny.
Stop speaking so much Cambridge lingo. I can't stand it.
I can't help it. I went to Cambridge.
Yeah, I am well aware of it. It's where we saw our first movie.
Yes,
In
Mary
Cambridge.
Poppins.
In the student union at Cambridge.
Yes. And when I think about feeding birds, I think about your two powerfully
Huge.
illuminated breasts.
That's right. The only
Like
thing
two
that's going
suns
for me.
in the night. I'm sorry, what was that?
I said the only two things I have going for me right now.
Yes. The two breasts. And
Yes.
I've got to say, if you didn't try to force our grandchild to going to a specific school way too early,
Why do you insist on bringing up her name, even though you never mentioned her name?
Oh, no. It's okay. You don't have to remember your entire family's name. I didn't need to actually get a whole entire family tree list.
Well,
But
I
I
drew it all
appreciate.
out for you. It's right here. It's a huge oak.
My! Your branches. They're spewing.
And I left one of the branches out because she means nothing to me right now.
Wait, you mean you just chopped it off?
I did. From the root, from the branch that it grew onto.
That seems a little bit barbaric, don't you think?
Well, that's why I'm paying you $250 an hour to analyze me. Tell me, what is it?
Oh, please. Just calm down. I mean, how many birds do you see?
You're trying to trigger me with feeding them, aren't you? I won't.
Now. Well, that's a very good observation there. But could you tell me just how does this make you feel, though?
Makes me angry right now because you're bringing up my husband of 75 years.
Okay. 75 years, that's absolutely right. And in 75 years, you've had all this anger flourishing in your bosom. And both,
My
in
two
fact.
bosoms. My two. Have you
Exactly. And my God, I can't stop unseeing them.
They're glowing
But I mean,
today.
it's about. Oh, stop it! Stop it! You're supposed to be here. You're supposed to be here for you, not for me.
That's right.
Well, you've been carrying so much weight on your chest. I think maybe something you could try is just imagining what would life be like if you were the Mary Poppins to your own movie.
Well, firstly, my umbrella would be multicolored.
Wake up! Hey! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Hey, you were doing that thing where you were like some old lady again in therapy or something?
No. Well,
Weird. Hey,
Yeah.
okay, we are trying to save this parakeet that somebody brought in. Okay, I guess as far as I could go, as far as I could see, the wing is clipped off
Oh, jeez.
fully. So
Oh, this is the third clipped wing I've had today.
sucks. I think there's somebody on the loose. I mean, somebody on the loose who's going around to parakeets and clipping their wings.
Well, let me see it.
All right, here. Okay. Do you see what I mean?
It's telling me its wings clipped.
Okay, well, ask it this. Can it live?
Can it?
Will it still live? Or should we operate? Ask it that. Does it want to go
We
into
should,
Ask it, does it want to go into surgery or not?
do you need outpatient surgery or do you need an operation?
Ask what insurance it has.
I need to ask, before I ask any other questions, who are you covered by? Blue Cross, Blue Shield.
Oh, good. Okay. PPO or HMO?
Oh, wake up! You just fell. You just fell.
Oh my God! Wow. Oh, let me.
Are you okay? Oh my goodness! You were just telling me a story mid sentence about this like amazing like experience you had at the park.
Oh God, yeah. All right. So what happened was the guy came up to me and he goes, "You look like you'd be a good tennis player. Do you want to play?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Yeah, I do, but my back's shot." And then he said, "Well, let's go give it a tryout and see how it goes." Turns out my back's fine. So, yeah,
You're kidding me! Your bag's fine?
it's
Like you told me.
this
You
whole
told me
time
last
I was
week.
thinking. I know. So
In your noggin.
yeah, it was all in my noggin. Well, at some point it had to have hurt, but I don't know. I mean, it was a lot. They say pain is 59% mental and only 12% physical. So,
Well, that's pretty neato. Like you survived your own internal trauma.
thank you. Yeah, and I served a lot of aces
Yeah.
too. The old overhead didn't lose me in my old age.
Not at all, man. You're gonna be your own tennis star. Our whole neighborhood's gonna have to like put up banners or something around the town with your name.
They might have to. I know. Anyway, so I need to withdraw $200 today to buy a new racket. My old one's what I've had it since I was 50 years old.
A $200 racket. Oh, to be as gloriously wonderful as you. Oh
I'm
my
trying
goodness,
to get
miss.
sponsored by Reebok would be my number one. I'll take anybody
Oh,
though.
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, look, here at Reebok, we're not looking for new sponsorships. You can just tell your friend we're not really going to sponsor their tennis playing.
Well, that's just so truly disheartening. You see, she almost died, and in the hospital, not being able to move, and believing that she was nothing, and she finally recovered. It's the greatest comeback.
Let me just stop you there, because if you think about it, everybody almost dies every day. So we can't go around just sponsoring people who almost die,
But let me ask you this. How many of those people choose to wear Reebok? Not every shoe is made for the nearly dead.
Yeah, but enough people choose to wear Reebok that we don't need to sponsor people that are just playing tennis in their local parks to get other people to wear Reebok, where actually the company's going pretty well, which in these times is a lot to say. So if there's nothing else, it's my lunch break. So
Dude, wake up!
what?
You for a second there, you were having that dream where you were a representative of Weebach. We gotta finish making these Wego tweez.
Oh, sorry. No, I always have that dream because it's my dream to work at Reebok.
I know you tell me that all the time, that it's your dream to work at Weebach. But right now we have to finish working on these Wego tweez.
Okay,
I know themselves.
I know, and if we don't have enough Lego tweez, there won't be enough places for the Lego squirrels to climb.
That's right. And if we abandon the Wego squirrels, what are the Wego squirrels gonna do?
Nothing.
There's no one else to save them.
You're right. Okay, I'm gonna make one of those trees from Japan that has pink and white flowers for leaves.
Oh, that's the apple blossom.
Yeah, apple blossom. Because
go ahead.
I was gonna say, when I see an apple blossom, I think of you.
Aw. When I see an evergreen tree, I think of you, because we're gonna be best friends forever.
Forever, yeah. And I thought apple blossom because you like apples so much.
I do, because I want to go up big and strong, so that I can protect the squirrels.
Let's make a promise to each other that even though we're only 5, this friendship will never end.
This friendship will never die.
Yeah.
Just like the plastic in these Legos, this friendship will never die.
Wait, let's take a blood oath.
Okay.
Well, you're 5 now, and it's time you start thinking about college.
I'm not ready for college. College doesn't have classes specifically designed to save squirrels.
Just you wait. It's already 2012, and there are programs for everything. I know what
year it is.
Take a look here at the School of Princeton. Here's a brochure. Can you read it? Yes, well, at 5, I was reading Charles Dickens.
Yeah, well, at 5, your sole source of entertainment was a stick on a walk.
You listen to me. When I'm babysitting you, you listen to me. Now,
we'll see who's king of this castle.
Kathy, wake up!
What? Oh, what?
If you lay down on the ground too long, the humans start feeding us.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, how do you sleep then?
What are you doing after work?
Oh, well, I thought I'd fly around for a bit and, I don't know, see if I could catch a fish.
That's a good idea. There's a wire down on 43rd and 9th that I hear is a happening joint.
Oh, wow. Well, I'd love to go check it out. 43rd and 9th. It's a little bit happening over there. Am I dressed okay?
That was fun.
that it's 10 o'clock. So that is going to be our show for the evening. Thank you all so much for watching us. Thank you, Bev and Kurt and April for your suggestion. That right there, that's Julia.
Ooh, and that is Chris Moody.
And that's Doug down there.
And that is Natalie.
And that's Pete.
That's me. We are here every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. So please come back and join us. And this weekend, if you're looking for some improv entertainment, starting at 8 o'clock on Go Comedy's Facebook and YouTube page is the virtual Snow Day Marathon, Snowed In. It's going on Saturday night. It's going on Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening. So check that out. But until next Tuesday, we'll see you. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your loved ones. We love you. Bye.